All right, it is officially 2026. So much like last year, I wanted to do an end of year wrap up recap type video. Our dojo wrapped, as it were, right? So first off, let's look back at some of the big events of this last year. This was the first full year in our dojo, in our physical space, right? We moved in halfway through 2024. So this was our first full calendar year through the space. We've loved it. It's been great. We've had some improvements to it. We've gotten some new equipment, right? We've had some new things built by my brother, Sensei Red. In fact, we just built some new cubbies that you guys will see when you come into class next week that are going to be very nice. All right, we also had 2 home tournaments, right? Meaning it was just for people in our school. Our first tournament was in February. We had 11 people participate in that. And our second tournament was in October, and we had 26 people participate in that one. So a much bigger turnout. Those numbers make it so that the tournaments don't lose money and we can still get nice trophies and stuff. And so we appreciate everyone who participated in either of those tournaments. We also had 2 state tournaments where we sent representatives to them. In total, we had 6 representatives of Tiger Den Dojo participate and compete in state tournaments this last year. As far as our student count goes, we started the year of 2025 with 24 students, and we ended it with, I had to double check, we ended it with exactly 60, which means we get to do our raffle soon, because we met that goal of getting to 60. We'll do that at our upcoming launch party, our kickoff party, I should say. Black Belt Club, we did not have any members of the Black Belt Club when we started this year. And now we have 5 members of the Black Belt Club, which is very exciting. I'm super stoked about that. Congrats to you guys who made that commitment to get your black belts, to put in that work. That's really after being brave enough to sign up for classes, that's the next big step towards getting your black belt, is joining that Black Belt Club. Trial students in 2024, we had 68 trial students. And in 2025, we had 104. So big improvement there. Our sign-ups, we had 50 sign-ups in 2024. We had 61 in 2025. So that one went up a bit, not near as much as our trials did. But I think we really started getting into our flow, and we really solidified our identity as a dojo. Some people would come and do classes and realize it wasn't for them, and that's A-okay. Hopefully they found other places, awesome places to train. As far as belts go, this year we got 24 people promoted to yellow stripe, and we, as opposed to 2024, in which we had 13 people promoted to yellow stripe. So we've had a total of 37 people promoted to yellow stripe. For yellow belt, it was 26 this year, people promoted to yellow belt, where last year it was 6 people. So we have a total of 32 people who have gotten their yellow belts, right? A little bit less than yellow stripes, makes sense. For gold belts, we had 11 people that we promoted to gold belt this year compared to last year's 4. So more than doubled that number, almost tripled it, for a total of 15 people that we promoted to gold belt in our history. Orange belt, we had 2 in 2024. This year we had 7. Up going into the intermediate ranks, starting at green belt, we didn't have anybody enter the intermediate ranks last year. All our intermediate ranks were this year. We had 5 people receive their green belt this year. We had 1 person receive their blue belt, and that same 1 person went on to purple belt. We had 75 promotions this year, which is awesome. And we had 25 in 2024. So we tripled the amount of promotions that we did this year, which is really great. And by far, most of those were in the beginner ranks. We're creating a very solid foundation, which I'm very proud of. But that means we've had 100 total promotions. That's awesome. I also wanted to go through some updated percentages. This is the kind of thing that I really love. So in the total history of Tiger Den Dojo, 42% of trial students received their white belt. That means people who came and tried a class in any age group, if they signed up for a trial class and we recorded them, and we record all our trial classes, 42% of those people end up receiving their white belts. That doesn't include the kids who have signed up but just joined Tiny Tigers because they haven't gotten their white belts yet. They don't have any belts, right? But anyone who actually got their physical white belt, that counts. Of those people who got their white belts, 58% of them have made it to yellow stripe, which is really awesome. 36% of white belts have made it to yellow belt or higher. 17% of white belts have made it to gold or higher. 10% of white belts have made it to orange or higher. 6% of white belts have made it to green or higher. And 1% of white belts have made it to blue or purple. You'll notice it gets more and more elite and prestigious as you continue on. And these numbers are exaggerated because we're such an early dojo, but the pattern will continue to hold. It won't be as drastic later on, but you will notice slowly more and more people drop off as they approach that black belt. That's what keeps it such a prestigious accomplishment and accolade. This is our first year experimenting with a competition team. That's led by Sensei Mikkel Allred and Mr. Caden Allred. The members of the competition team were selected at the end of December. I had to think for a second and I remembered all 8 of the names. Our competition team for 2026, Charles Pearson, Lucy Grimwood, Caden Black, and McKay Valentine for representing the Tiger Cubs. And representing the teens, we have Drake Burns, Lexi Wooten, Sev Quist, and Leah Nui. So we're really excited for them. Our competition team is working hard to fundraise so that they can go to 4 state tournaments and represent our school in competition. If this program goes well this year, then we will hopefully continue and maybe even expand it next year. And I want to thank Sensei Mikkel Allred and Mr. Caden Allred for being the head coach and assistant coach for our competition team. They are the ones making that happen. Thank you, you too. I appreciate you both. Other big things about the upcoming year. We have other big moments for this year to maybe put in your head. In February, my wife is having our second baby, a little girl. We're very excited. This does mean there's going to be a week off in February, and there will be a week where the assistants take over and I'm not here because I'm being a dad. And I thank you all for your support in that. In March, I'm going to be testing for my 3rd Dan black belt. 3rd Dan means 3rd level or 3rd degree. So I'll be testing for my 3rd degree black belt. I've been a 2nd degree for a long time. And we are going to invite all of you to come and watch. And that's going to be our evaluation for the month. So it won't just be me testing for my black belt. We'll also test anyone testing that month for gold belt or higher. We'll test on March 21st. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Hope everyone can make it. We're going to have 2 home tournaments, one in April, one in October. Yes, and something else to look forward to in the coming year. Changing up our requirements for teaching in 2026. I'm always going and tinkering and refining things to make it so they have the best impact on our culture as dojo overall. Basically, before I was just kind of, if you're a yellow stripe, like you can teach in a younger class, that's fine. Now, we want to change that up just a little bit. If you want to teach the tiny tigers, the 3 to 5 year olds, you must be at least a yellow stripe with at least 9 months of training. Okay, it's what you have to do to assist in the Tiny Tigers class because we have a lot of people that want to help. And by the way, preference for teaching Tiny Tigers is going to be given to the Tiger Cubs, the 6 to 10 year olds. They're going to get preference over the teens. We want them to get that leadership experience. If you want to be an assistant in our Tiger Cub classes, that's the 6 to 10 year olds, you must meet 2 of these requirements, 2 of the 3. You must be 13, a gold belt, and have a year in training. You need at least 2 of those 3. So you can be younger than 13 if you're a gold belt who has over a year of training. If you want to assist in the teen class, we need you to be at least a gold belt with 6 months of training. That's for our teen beginner class. This year we did change up our schedule a little bit, and there will be a small change in a few months likely. We are anticipating that we will add a black belt club class on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays between the teen class and adult class, which means the adult class will be pushed a half hour later. Known that was coming for a long time, tried to communicate that. Most of you are familiar with that expectation if it affects you. That way we'll be able to give those black belt club members higher level training and feedback, and they can get their review in by assisting in the lower ranking classes. This has been a phenomenal year. There are so many amazing accomplishments I have not even been able to touch on at all. I'm tremendously proud of our students. I'm tremendously proud that we have a black belt club now. I'm tremendously proud of our upcoming competition team, the people who have pushed themselves to make the cut for that team, and for all the people who pushed themselves even if they didn't make the cut. right? And who are continuing to push themselves in the hope they make it next year. I'm really proud of everyone who's gotten a belt, and everyone, even if you didn't get a belt this year, I'm proud of you, okay? I'm really excited to have another year with you guys here in 2026. We have our annual launch party taking place on January 9th, this upcoming Friday, a week from when I'm recording this, January 9th, 2026. Our annual kickoff party here at the Dojo from 6:30 to 8 p.m. We've got a cool, we're unveiling something that I think is pretty darn special. And I really think you're gonna wanna be there for it. This is for our students. Because we have like 60 students currently, we probably won't have room for a lot of parents lingering in the dojo. So if you come, parents, you'll probably wait in the hallway, and that you've been welcome to do that. But just like letting you know, it's probably going to be like relatively crowded. Very excited. Next year, if we grow anymore, we might need to host the kickoff somewhere else. Thank you so much. I'm really excited for this next year. Bye.